Brooke Hogan has finally broken her silence after the devastating news of her father Hulk Hogan's passing, and her raw, emotional response has left the world in tears. This wasn't a press release or a scripted appearance. It was a daughter opening her heart to a world still mourning the loss of a legend. In a quiet late-night video filmed from her living room in Nashville, Brooke appeared with no makeup, no filters, no entourage, just sorrow, pain, and truth. Her voice trembled as she began, not speaking as the daughter of a wrestling icon, but as a little girl who had just lost her dad. She didn't talk about championships or WrestleMania. She talked about pancakes, Sunday mornings, and the way her father called her Berkey. Her tribute didn't glorify the myth, it exposed the man behind it. Through tearful pauses, she admitted there were moments when she resented having to share her father with the world, but now, in grief, she understood that Hulk Hogan wasn't just hers, he belonged to millions. As her video spread across social media, fans poured their hearts out. From crying emojis to heartfelt messages, the global outpouring of love showed just how deeply Hulk Hogan had touched lives. Brooke didn't retreat into private grief. Instead, she walked into it publicly, visiting low-key memorials, hugging fans, accepting keepsakes, and whispering words of gratitude like, "Thank you for loving my dad." In Clearwater, at a vigil outside Hogan's beach shop, Brooke stood among fans dressed in black, holding candles and flowers. An elderly fan handed her a photo from WrestleMania 3. She took it with reverence and whispered a quiet thank you that brought the crowd to tears. At home in Nashville, surrounded by close friends, Brooke has been journaling, revisiting home videos, and reflecting on the man who was more than a superstar. He was her dad. She shared stories of his texts in all caps, his goofy jokes, and the ridiculous things he'd say just to make her smile. She remembered the pain of missed birthdays due to tours, but also the pride in knowing her father inspired millions to believe in themselves. In one particularly emotional story, she recalled a painful breakup. She had locked herself in her room, only to hear Hulk Hogan's entrance music blasting downstairs. Furious, she ran out to find him dressed in full gimmick, sunglasses, boa, and tank top, yelling, "You didn't think heartbreak was going to beat you, did you, brother?" That was her dad, over the top, relentless, but always trying to make her laugh when she needed it most. Now, with the silence left behind, she turns to old recordings, keepsakes, and the memories embedded in every corner of the life they once shared. She found a cassette tape labeled, "For Brookie," and when she played it, it was his voice, unfiltered and real, saying, "You were always my greatest tag team partner. You keep going, baby girl." She cried uncontrollably. That tape became both dagger and lifeline. Brooke's grief hasn't been tidy. She shared the guilt, the numbness, the anger. Some days, she confessed, it's hard to even get out of bed. But she keeps going, because she knows he would have wanted her to. WWE, meanwhile, has honored Hogan with a 10-bell salute and tribute specials. There are talks of a statue, a Hall of Fame rededication, and a WrestleMania segment. Brooke may help cure it, but she insists it be real, not spectacle, but something that reflects the man she knew off-camera too. Brooke has also launched the Hogan Legacy Foundation, focused on mental health and youth support. She says her father always believed in second chances and understood what it meant to fall and rise again. The foundation has become her purpose, a way to turn pain into healing. She's received drawings from children, letters from grandparents, and fan art from around the world. In Florida, she visited her father's old training ring, sat in the center, and promised she'd make him proud. She posted an image of the empty ring under a spotlight with no caption, "None needed." She's begun sharing never-before-seen footage of her dad, not the Hulkster, but the father who burned steaks and danced offbeat to disco. She wants the world to know the whole man, not just the icon. She's even planning a memoir, one that won't shy away from the pain, the pressure, the fame, or the forgiveness. She doesn't want to sell a myth. She wants to share a truth, that her father mattered, flaws and all. She doesn't have a title yet, but she's leaning toward a phrase he told her often, "You've got Hogan blood, Brookie. You were built to rise." And rise she has. In the quiet hours, in the tributes that span continents, in the heartbreak and in the healing, Brooke Hogan is doing exactly what her father taught her. Standing tall, staying strong, and carrying the legacy of Hulk Hogan with grace, grit, and unbreakable love. Through her voice, the story continues. Through her tears, a legend breathes on. Through her fight, his spirit remains immortal.